If I wait long enough in the morning, the sun comes in through a skylight right on my face. It's warm. And I noticed anytime you take a photograph of that light shining through your hand or your body, you never get it right. Because that moments are too perfect. You realize that anything you do in your life isn't opaque. And God can see everything you're doing. All He wants is a relationship with you. All our effort into the appreciation of others towards us. I was talking to a customer once, letting her know that I write books. Well, how much money do you make doing that? I mean, that stabbed me right there. It's not really about the money. First, it started out as appreciation for my father. It was the 1 anniversary of his death, and a challenge to myself. I did like a bucket list of what I wanted to accomplish by the time I was 70. Last thing on there was write a book, which was a dream. It really wasn't a dream because I didn't have the skills to do it. In the past videos I mentioned that I was taking English my first semester at Alfred University. I was an engineering student. At the time I was trying to appease my father. He wanted me to be an engineer. I mean, if you think about it, ceramic engineering. There's too much going on there with chemistry, physics, and the unknown for me to even think that I could accomplish that goal. So after 6 months, I switched over to business and finance, accounting. In my first semester, I took English Comp 101. And I'm strolling along with D's because I basically sucked at the English language and trying to explain what was going on in my head. So I did STEM towards engineering, who, what, when, and where, and that was it. There was no essay involved. So the dean of the English department must have felt sorry for me because he called me in his office. What the hell does he want to talk to me? I'm like lowest of the low in his class. I sit down and he says right off the bat, Scott, you're smart, obviously, because you're in engineering, but you can't string any sentence together. Read that first paragraph. I read it, and he goes, now what does that mean? And I said, just what it says. There really was nothing he could say to make me any better, or become aware that my brain just didn't work that way. So on the anniversary of my father's death, I picked something that was the hardest thing I could ever do. Was write a book. Because I did go back and reread what I wrote when I was a junior in college, and it was terrible. So at least I was aware enough to know that it was terrible. It's like a 6th grader worrying about rejection and being judged. Think about all the relationships you've had. All the relationships you've had that failed. Started out with them appreciating you and showing you love. Down the road, treating you like a whip dog, and you didn't matter anymore. You can think about other people's relationships. The select few that burn themselves to the ground after a relationship, putting all their effort into the appreciation of another. All we can do is give appreciation where it belongs. Family, friends, our kids, especially our kids. If you've stranded yourself away from your family, it's time to start getting that back. So anyway, I start writing books. My son leather-bound my trilogy. You can see how thick it is. That was to prove to myself that you can start from square one and accomplish something. Not that it's going to be all that great, but who knows? Maybe there's something in there that people can relate to, because that's my struggle my whole life, relating with other people. And all this effort that I've made my whole life, looking for appreciation, is something that I shouldn't have been concentrating on. I'm supposed to give love one way. It'd be nice to get it back, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to love unconditionally and love your Creator. Communicate with your Creator. So I just want to thank the one person that must have known of my first book or read my first book that purchased the rest of my books. Books 2 through 4 in the series of my poetry book. It's not how much money I'm making. It's a relationship that I had with my father that caused me to write that first book. And it's appreciated. Someone cared enough to buy the rest. Not the $13 that I made from that purchase. It's just a story. Bible, it's just a story. It's time for all of us to pick that book up and read it cover to cover. It's going to make a huge difference in the build-up or the downfall of your life. You know what to do.